Okay, you can feel great after a workout doing high intensity interval training, but laying on the floor after doing high intensity interval training does not necessarily mean you've burnt a load of calories or had a great workout. You've got to understand that there's a difference there. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be explaining to you what I think is the most underrated exercise for fat loss. There's a lot of contradicting information out there, especially on social media, about what the best way to lose fat is. You have to do this extreme approach, high intensity interval training. There you go, I've ruined it, it's not that. Here's what I want you to understand. In order to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Hopefully by now you understand this. That means that you need to be taking in fewer calories than you expend on a daily basis, than your body uses. So in order to do that, you need to potentially bring your calories that you eat down a little bit and push the calories that you burn up a little bit. And there's a few ways of doing that, you know. There's like going to the gym, that can help, doing cardio, that can help, but you know, what is the best and most efficient way of doing that? And one thing you need to understand is your body is burning way more calories outside of the gym than it does inside of the gym. So if you do 20 minutes to an hour of working out, that's going to burn some calories for sure, but what about the rest of the time you're spending outside of the gym? Your body has to survive. The body needs energy, way more energy outside of the gym than inside. Unless you're doing some kind of ultra marathon, that's obviously a little bit different. But generally speaking, for the vast majority of people, you're going to be burning way more calories doing regular activity outside the gym than you are inside the gym. Therefore, when you do go to the gym, I don't personally believe you should focus on burning calories. There is an exception to this. If you're a bodybuilder and you're stepping on stage, okay, you might have to do some cardio to get to some ridiculous level of body fat, but for the majority of people, that's not necessarily needed. We're talking about getting to a healthy level of body fat and feeling good about our physique, and not necessarily about stepping on stage, a relatively unhealthy, shredded condition. So with that, you should train in the gym to build strength, build muscle, build bone density, although you probably won't purposely train for that, but that's a byproduct for sure. All of those factors, you know, building strength, size, that's very important to focus on in the gym. Don't focus on burning calories in the gym. Now, outside of the gym, this is where you can focus on doing the exercise that is going to really contribute to you losing body fat. And that is just moving a lot, being an active person. One way of tracking this would be a step tracker. Someone that gets a lot of steps is going to be way more likely to burn more calories and have an easier job losing body fat than someone that has a sedentary lifestyle. I've seen it so often with the clients that I work with. It's just such a struggle when you work from home, don't go out too often, you order food, you know, you don't live an active lifestyle. All of these things contribute to you just being a sedentary person, and that is really an uphill battle when you're trying to lose weight. So in order to counteract that, I suggest setting yourself a step target. I would say if you're getting under 7,000 to 8,000 steps per day, you're a relatively sedentary person. And that's tough because, you know, I know that if I work from home and I don't actively get out and try and move, I could clock up 2,000-3,000 steps per day. That's crazy. That's a very little amount of steps. So I understand what it's like, especially if you live in the suburbs with poor access to transit and have to drive everywhere. It makes it harder to walk around places, but you know, you've got to make an effort, and this can be game changing. To go from like 2,000 or 3,000 steps per day to 8,000 to 10,000 steps per day can be absolutely game changing when it comes to your progress, to your weight loss progress. If you keep it around 2,000 to 3,000 steps, like I said, it's an absolute uphill battle. It's so difficult. That coupled with, you know, highly processed foods that you could definitely eat now and again, but if you're ordering Uber Eats all the time and then living a sedentary lifestyle, that's a recipe for disaster. Or it's really difficult to make progress towards your weight loss goal if that's the lifestyle that you're living. Some things have to change. That's where it's like, okay, what are the lifestyle factors I have to change? And people think that's boring. Oh, I'm on a diet. Yeah, it's a lifestyle change. It's boring, I know, but unfortunately that's sometimes what it takes. Unless you want just to manipulate your diet and have to eat a really low level of calories in order to make progress to your weight loss goal, I highly suggest you set yourself a step target and get your backside out and get those bloody steps in, you know what I mean? It can honestly be game changing. The best success that I've seen my clients have are the people that are getting out, they get their steps in, they lead active lifestyles, they go and do activities with their friends, their family. They find it the easiest because not only are they doing the activity, but their mind is not always at home, thinking about food, I'm a bit bored, where's the fridge? You understand what I'm saying for sure. I'm not saying you have to change your complete life and have to be someone that goes down the river on a stand-up paddleboard, but set yourself 30 minutes, 45 minutes a day, whether that's podcasting or walk with the family, walk with friends, and just set some time aside to get some steps in. Part of that, we're doing some strength training, dialing in your nutrition a little bit, and you're gonna be absolutely golden. It can be game changing, I promise you. Go for a walk, it's awesome. Way better than high intensity interval training. Okay, you can feel great after a workout of doing high intensity interval training, but laying on the floor after doing high intensity interval training does not necessarily mean you've burnt a load of calories or had a great workout. You've got to understand that there's a difference there. Spending like 10 minutes on a bike going high, low, high, low, high, low, you're not going to burn hardly any calories in comparison to getting 10,000 steps and moving a lot on a daily basis. It might feel hard, but 10,000 steps is spread across the whole day. Of course it's not going to feel hard. It's relatively easy. That's another reason why I like it so much. If you are someone that likes to go to the gym on a regular basis and likes to do strength and resistance training, it doesn't interrupt that because walking is pretty easy. For most people, you can go out for a walk and it's not like your legs are super fatigued. You can train hard the next day. If you do interval training, you might have some residual fatigue going into a leg session, and that's going to impact your performance on the next day. So, get out for a walk. Hope you enjoyed the video and you got some benefit from that. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one. You are the Weak Link. Goodbye.